In this video, we are going to be talking about 1 Million Golden Oud. I genuinely believe that this was the greatest fragrance released in 2023. I also believe that this is the greatest 1 million released by a country mile. And I also believe that this is probably the best Paco Rabanne fragrance, maybe potentially ever, maybe even in the future, when Paco Rabanne release, I don't know, Invictus, Aquazura, Ultra Parfum, Wagga Staffer, Chapper Wapper, Fapper Wapper Wapper Wapper, Swapper Wapper Wapper, Extrait Parfum. I did blind buy this, and you should not blind buy fragrances. It's not a good thing to do. There are probably far more blind buys that I've failed on than I have actually succeeded on. But this really, really hit. So, this is absolutely awesome. This is a truly fantastic fragrance. And I had bought 1 Million Royale earlier in the year, and I was a bit stung by that. There was a fan base for that, most definitely. Just didn't really connect with me, just didn't quite get it. And when I saw Golden Oud, I imagined what it would smell like, and I just thought, you know what, I think Oud with the 1 million DNA, I think it could work. And I just felt, you know, the 1 million line has been very good and very good to me personally. I've really enjoyed mostly all of them, apart from one or two here and there, but I wanted to go for it, and I got this, and I was absolutely rewarded. So let's first of all start with Imagine. And I can be honest with you, what this fragrance seeks out to do within the realm of what it's attempting is absolutely picture perfect. So imagine. It's nighttime, you are in Arabia, and it is the best of the Arab world. It's kind of like Aladdin, the Arabian Nights, all those classic stories. You're outside a palace. You're on the sand dunes, and there's a party that's going on. At that party, there's cognac, cocktails, fruits, primitive versions of bubblegum. To your left is a sales merchant trying to sell leather jackets, leather rugs, and other different leather assets. To the other side of you, there is some smoke. There's some fruity, smoky concoction that's coming from maybe some form of marijuana or some form of drug, but it smells smoky and fruity and intoxicating. Even though it's night, there is no wind. It is so hot, and all of that fruit and oud smells and smoke smells and cognac and cocktail and leather comes together, and everything just smells wealthy, and everything just smells rich, and it smells perfectly balanced. Not a note, not a scent, not a chord out of balance. Everything is as perfect can be. You feel relaxed, you feel wealthy, you feel welcomed. It's one hell of a night. That to me is 1 Million Golden Oud. It does exactly what it says. In fact, I'd say that it goes beyond what it attempts to do. It takes the best of the oud and Arabian smells and puts it into delicately the 1 million DNA to true perfection. This to me smells so wealthy and is surprisingly not too sweet. 1 million has been accused many a time of being too sweet, too sickly, and they did take down the sweetness with 1 Million Royale. I actually felt as though they toned down the sweetness with 1 Million Parfum. Others would disagree, but to me, this just adds something that both 1 Million Parfum and especially 1 Million Royale to me were missing. This gives 1 Million back its cojones, if you will. This gives 1 Million back its balls, but also its brains. 1 Million has often been touted as a dumb, unintelligent, and stupid fragrance because it's too youthful, it's too juvenile. I completely disagree. I think that 1 Million can be seen as a very intelligent and seen as a very, very high income fragrance, you know, if you will. It doesn't just smell like teenagers and chavs and neds or jocks or whatever the lingo is in your country. And nothing has proven that more than this fragrance. This fragrance has gone above and beyond proving that. So let's go with presentation. I love the gem. I love the gemstone. I love that 1 Million Real as well. There's some Arabic writing. I don't know what that is. I guess it says Golden Oud, but it really adds to the feature of this, and I think it's a great presentation. Classic 1 Million look that's now iconic. And the fragrance is over a decade old, and so is the bottle, and I'm just glad that it's gone back to the basic black stem, gold bar, nothing crazy, a black jewel. It's perfect. It's a 5 out of 5. Is this a likable fragrance? I think that this is a very likely fragrance to like. I can imagine that there are some people who may not like too much of the sweetness, too much of the fruitiness, too much of all that, and some of it, and for some people this may be a little bit too extreme. But I think that on a lot of people's palates, especially people who are into fragrances, this is going to hit a lot of noses very well. For example, in my Patreon gang, there are 2 members. One is called Noah, one is called Wes. Noah likes only strong, woody, masculine, oudy fragrances, or dark fragrances. He enjoys a bit of sweetness, but not too much. He would love the absolute crap out of this. Wes, he only really likes sweet, strong fragrances that are quite gourmandy, quite sugary, like Emporio Armani, Strong With You, etc. But he does like a tiny bit of, you know, depth and a bit of oud here and there. He would absolutely love this. And those are 2 fragrance heads who have different tastes, but I feel as though there is enough in here to be able to facilitate both of their tastes. So I think that the likability is probably very likely. Presentation is excellent. What do I think of the scent? I think that this scent is absolutely excellent. I am bowled over with this scent composition. I'm bowled over with the technicality. I'm bowled over with the balance. I'm bowled over with every single aspect of it. I think that for some people, they will find it maybe a bit too sweet. There are some people who might find it a little bit over the top, a little bit too bright. But for me, I think that this is an excellent fragrance, an excellent smell. The best fragrance smell I smell in 2023, no doubt. Projection and longevity is, again, excellent. For me, this is a house-filling fragrance. It's not a hotel-filling fragrance. It's not crazy. It's not over the top. It is perfect. It is going to fill the air, fill the rooms, and if I'm wearing this in a club, I'm probably going to take other people's fragrances out. Really, really solid projection. As for longevity, that is when this goes into overdrive. This is extremely long-lasting. As in, this could probably last a couple of days if you didn't wash it off. So you don't get better than that. Highest marks that you could probably give with longevity and projection, not the highest marks, but I like the fact that it's, you know, it projects for such a long time, huge scent cloud, and then slowly it comes to near enough a skin scent. But even, you know, like I wore this in the morning one day and I spent a whole night, didn't wash it off just to test it out, and then the next day I had to take a shower and I still felt as though I was smelling of it, so that's great. Overall, this is getting my rare fragrance rating of a 6 out of 5. I've actually been doing a couple more 6 out of 5s than I usually would this year. Like I said, there have been a lot of great fragrances that have come out. I might have to shift my expectations. There were a few years back there where fragrances were not as good as this, but more fragrances like this and Gucci Guilty Elixir and Lamal Elixir are coming out thick and fast by designers right now. The designers are coming back. They're still tied to flankers, unfortunately. But hey, if we're going to get stuff like this, even in flanker format, you'll get no complaints from me. Anyway, I'm the Fragrance Apprentice. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please like, subscribe, and if you want to support me and support yourself on your fragrance journey, I would recommend joining the Patreon gang. The Patreon gang knew about 1 million Golden Oud 2 weeks before all of you because I was discussing it on the Discord. I'm the Fragrance Apprentice. Thank you. Bye.